Let's take a look at this problem. We want to find all the zeros. Now this is already set up so it's equal to 0, but I could give you the function and say find the zeros. Now we're going to use the calculator to get all the answers we can, and then we have to use plug those in synthetic division. And that was weird. Then we're going to plug those in synthetic division. So let's come over here. The reason I say that's weird is because usually the calculator software does that when I first go in. Not like when I've been doing this for 15 minutes. Okay, so we got x to the fourth minus 2x to the third plus 65x squared minus 128x plus 64 equals 0. Okay. Let me go into the calculator here and put that in. So I'll press y equals clear x to the fourth, so x caret 4 minus 2x to the third x caret third plus 65x squared minus 128x plus 64. And I'm going to go to down arrow and put my cursor on y2, and you have to have a 0 here. This process does not work unless you put a 0 on y2. Now we're going to do a second trace. Now choose intersect. Now our answer is where it crosses or touches the x-axis. It looks like it comes down, touches at 1, and goes back up. Now if I do enter on first curve, enter on second curve, and I put 1 in for the guess, it comes back and verifies what I can see. Now if you were to put 2 in for the guess or 0, it's probably going to give you something weird. When it touches at a point, you have to actually input your answer for the guess to get it to give you the right answer. Okay, so we came up with x equals 1. Well, let's plug that into our synthetic division. So we've got 1, negative 2, 65, negative 128, and 64. So I want to add, multiply. You always multiply by the number up in the box, by the number you put down there. 1 times 1 is 1. Add, multiply, add, multiply, add, then multiply, and add. And we get a 0 here. That's good. That means that's our first answer. So x equals 1 is our first answer. That's what you get when you get 0. Now, we started with x to the fourth. This is now down to x to the third. And we got 3 more answers. So, well, we're going to put 1 in again. Anytime it touches at a point like that, you're pretty well going to be guaranteed that the answer repeats. So let's do it again. Based upon a line I just found. So add, 1 plus nothing is 1. Multiply, you always multiply by the number up in the box, by the number you put down there. 1 times 1 is 1. Add, negative 1 and 1 gives me 0. Multiply, you always multiply by the number up in the box, by the number you put down there. 1 times 0 is 0. Add, multiply, add. And we got another 0 there. That means that our second answer is x equals 1. Now each answer you find takes it down 1 more power, so this is now down to x squared. And so I'm going to have x squared, and there's no x, the plus 64 equal to 0. Now 1 wasn't going to work again, I could see that, but you could try it if you're not sure. Now this is a square root property, so I take 64 to the right side, becomes a negative 64. Drop our squared off and put a plus or minus square root around the other side. Well, 8 times 8 gives you 64, and negative in there gives us an I. So we got x is equal to plus or minus 8i. And those are our other 2 answers. So that gives us our 4 answers.